transformation takes forever, but it doesn't. 6 months of doing the right things, 6 months of moving with purpose, 6 months of executing at the highest level, and you will look back and barely recognize yourself. Most people waste 6 months without even realizing it. They drift from one thing to another. They let distractions steal their time. They start things and never finish them. And because of that, nothing changes. But the people who understand how momentum works, the people who know how to focus, the people who commit fully, those are the ones who experience breakthroughs that seem impossible to everyone else. Imagine if you decided right now that the next 6 months would be different, that for the first time in your life, you would lock in completely, that you would eliminate every distraction, every excuse, every weakness that has held you back, that you would wake up every single day with a plan, execute that plan with precision, and refuse to slow down, no matter what. If you did that, if you truly committed to that level of intensity, where would you be 6 months from today? How much stronger? How much sharper? How much closer to the life you want? Most people never ask themselves this question. They tell themselves they will change someday. They say they will get serious when the time is right. But the truth is, someday is not a real day on the calendar. And the right time never comes. There is only now. And the people who succeed, the people who rise to the top, the people who separate themselves from the crowd, those are the ones who understand that every moment they waste is a moment they will never get back. So here's the decision you need to make. Are you ready to take full control? Are you ready to
What's
stop
good?
waiting?
Make sure when you come
Are
in,
you ready to give
you
yourself
like,
6 months of
you
relentless
drop
execution?
some shares.
6 months of becoming the most
And
disciplined,
if you want to come up
focused,
stage,
and
feel free to come on
unstoppable
stage so
version
we
of
can
yourself?
talk.
Because if you are about to experience a level of progress most people will never see in their lifetime. And once you see what you are
Feel free
capable
to
of,
request
you
up
will never want to go
and let's
back.
have a conversation.
This is not about motivation. This is not about feeling inspired for a few days and then falling off track. This is about a system, a structured step-by-step plan that, if followed correctly, will guarantee success. A plan that will force you to grow.
You know what he's speaking on right here is making a plan to success. A lot of men, we don't plan to succeed. And if you don't plan to succeed, then that's a plan to fail. You know, a lot of times we'll put more time and effort in a woman than being successful. Because a lot of times we feel like our success is pretty much, you know, what woman we with, what kind of, you know, whip we driving, you know what I'm saying, how much stuff we can buy. I think at some point we got to understand that success is within. You know, I don't think a lot of men really love themselves. You know, I think a lot of fellas we feel like we don't have value. We don't we don't have success or value if other people can't, you know what I'm saying, use what we have. You know, I hear a lot of men, I ask guys, I say, so what is your definition of success? And they always talk about what they can do for others. But I always wonder, like, but what can others do for you? And what are you doing for yourself? And I know there's no I in team, but if you ain't good, can't nobody else around you be good. And what happens when you're not good? And the people that surround you, they don't care. You know, who pick if you're the leader, if you running a show, everything revolves around you. What happens when you're down? Who's there to pick you up? Who can you talk to? You know, who's in your corner? And a lot of times, especially, you know, as men, if you're the leader, everybody depends on you. But you know, this live right now, you know, hopefully I can get more people to come in, and I probably need to just do this more often. Is I want fellas to come up on stage. I want fellas to come up on stage, and we have a conversation. We talk, and we encourage each other. You know, I can call this the encouragement hour. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's and we could just chop it up. You know, a lot of guys have women issues, as we all have. You know, a lot of us have women issues, or have had women issues, and a lot of times it's really not the women, it's you. You know, and there's things about you that you can change to make you more of a better person. And a lot of times, making yourself a better person for you will then let your light shine bright enough to where you'll be a better person for other people. Yeah, let me bring my mic in a little bit more. And so I just want to provide a space for fellas to just pull up, get some encouragement, get some conversation, and let's chop it up for a little bit. You know, we ain't gotta be out here all night, but it's nothing wrong with just chopping it up with the fellas. But until more people come in, I'm just gonna turn on this video and just let it ride until I can get some people to come up on stage and let's chop it up with your boy.
To evolve, to push past every limitation you thought you had. A plan that will transform your habits, your mindset, your discipline, and your results. So if you are ready, if you are serious, if you are willing to do what is necessary, then the next 6 months will be the most powerful, productive, and transformative months of your life. And once you start, once you commit, once you see the power of consistent execution, there will be no stopping you. The first step in this 6-month plan is to take full responsibility for where you are right now. No more blaming circumstances. No more pointing fingers. No more waiting for things to change on their own. If you are not where you want to be in life, there is only one reason. Your decisions have led you here. And if you want to change where you are 6 months from now, you need to start making better decisions today.
Oh no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced.
My debit card.
Most people never take full ownership of their life. They blame their past, their environment, their upbringing, the people around them. They convince themselves that they are stuck because of external forces. But winners do not think like that. Winners understand that no matter what has happened in the past, in life, they are in control of what happens next. They do not waste energy complaining about things they cannot change. They put all their focus into what they can control. And that is what you need to do. From this moment forward, you must adopt the mindset that everything is your responsibility. Your results, your progress, your habits, your mindset, your success. If something is not working in your life, it is your job to fix it. If you are not where you want to be, it is your job to do something about it. No more excuses. No more waiting. No more wasting
Hey,
time.
Jay, tap in on Instagram. Come on
The
stage and
next
holler
thing
at
you
your
need to
boy.
do is get crystal clear on your goals. Most people fail because they do not have a clear target.
Come talk to me
They
on
say they want
Instagram.
success, but they cannot define what success looks like. They say they want to improve, but they have no idea what that actually means. If you do not have a precise, measurable goal, you will never make real progress. So ask yourself, where do I want to be 6 months from now? What do you want to accomplish? What skills do you want to develop? What habits do you want to build? What areas of your life need to improve? And be specific.
And see what he's saying right there? Where do you see yourself within the next 6 months? Where do you see yourself within the next year? The next 2 years? A lot of times, people's life is in chaos, because they live the YOLO lifestyle. You only live once. So you just live your life wild. You're not looking for tomorrow, the next day, the next year. You just living your life for the moment. And if you consistently just live your life for the moment, what happens when stuff starts to fall apart? What happens when things don't go your way? What happens when, just, anything, and you got to understand that as a man, fellas, ain't nobody coming to save us. Ain't nobody coming to help us. None of that. We have to create our own security because for the most part, people look to us for security because that's what we are as men. We are protectors. But at the same time, we have to protect ourselves. And, I think for a lot of men, we're pretty much just talked out of being selfish. Or they say when you're looking out for yourself, you're selfish. But I don't consider it selfish looking out for myself. I don't. No man should not, saying like you got to look out for yourself first. Hold on 1 second. Still sending some invites out because I'm really, really trying to get some brothers to come up on stage so we can chop it up and get this knowledge. So as people come in the room, feel free to come up on stage, and let's chop it up. But I'm gonna play some more of this video.
If you want to get in shape, what does that mean? Losing a certain amount of weight? Gaining muscle? Running a faster mile? If you want financial success, what does that look like? Earning a specific amount of money? Saving a certain percentage? Building a business? Vague goals create vague results. You need a target that is so clear, so precise, that there is no confusion about what you are working toward. Once you have your goals, you need a plan. Because setting goals is not enough. Anyone can say they want something. The difference between winners and everyone else is that winners create a roadmap. They do not just set goals. They break them down into daily, weekly, and monthly actions. If your goal is to get in the best shape of your life in 6 months, what does that require on a daily basis? What does your training plan look like? What does your nutrition need to be? How many hours of sleep do you need? If your goal is financial success, what are the exact steps you need to take? Do you need to increase your income? Cut unnecessary expenses? Build a new skill? start a business, you need to get specific about what needs to be done every single day to move you closer to your goal.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Isn't it time you earned daily cash back on your everyday purchases? Apply for Apple Card in the Wallet app to see your credit limit offer. Subject to
Oh,
credit
okay,
approval.
okay.
Apple Card issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't pay for the
You brought it back. Ranch snack wrap. Spicy snack wrap.
yes. I ain't paying for the
First snack.
for YouTube, so the commercials be popping up. So
And then you need to execute relentlessly. Because this is where
okay, we say, damn, how you typing, bro? It shows your fingers not moving. Yeah. Now I'm so like right now, I'm live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all at the same time. But this live right here is really just I want the fellas to come up on stage. We chop it up and we just have a conversation. And just get some stuff off our chest. Whatever that might be. And even listening to to this video, and it's an important video. Even if you have goals of fitness goals, every day I'm gonna walk for 30 minutes, or I'm gonna hit the gym for 30 minutes. All it takes is 30 minutes, and just stick with it. I'm gonna do it once a day. I'm gonna do it maybe 3 times a week. If you got fitness goals. If you got, you want to lose 20, 30, 40 pounds. Plan it out. How are you going to do it? The good thing about it, fellas, is we have YouTube. And you can even go on YouTube and, find you a plan or find something that works for you and follow that. Find some videos where they show you different workouts to work on different parts of your body, as well as, your nutrition. A lot of us, we got weight goals, what I'm saying? Because, hey, the ladies do, like men are in shape. But at the same time, it's not even all about the ladies. It's just about your fitness. Shoot, something pop off, you need to be able to run. You need to be able to fight. You need to be able to move around. And if you in bad health, it's going to make it to where sometimes you can't go to work. You can't sleep during the night. There's all kind of repercussions of not, being in good health or the best health as possible. But, when we talk about planning and goals, that's just one aspect of it. But we're going to keep on going. And like I say, fellas, as y'all come in, request up, and let's have a conversation.
most people fail. They set goals, they make a plan, but then they do not follow through. They let distractions get in the way. They let emotions dictate their actions. They let inconsistency ruin their progress. But that will not be you. For the next 6 months, you will show up every single...
What up?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
One day at a time. Hey, so listen, so do you think that the money matters more, or it's more like a physical appearance thing? Cause you was talking about like shaping, you got to get in shape and all that other stuff. So what you think? Like for the ladies and all that. Talk to me.
I think, man, honestly, dog, it's a balance. And I know we talking ladies, but when you become the best you can be,
Best version.
the best version of yourself, then the ladies gonna come. They gonna come. When you come the best you can be. Because what's gonna happen is we call it swag. Your swag gonna pick up. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna start feeling better about yourself. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's like as men, you know, we see it when the alpha dog come in the room. He got his head up, the shoulders back. He chill. He cool.
Right.
He fly.
Right.
Women notice that too. Damn, who's that? Damn, he might be somebody. And usually that's somebody that's fit for the most part. You know what I'm saying? They have a certain level of confidence. And that's what comes with getting in shape. Or even coming the best person you can become, that confidence gonna come. That swag gonna come.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened is, you know, when it come to getting that paper, the paper is cool, but sometimes with that paper come a false confidence. And what I mean is, as long as you got paper, you
Right.
feel like you the shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
if that paper run out, then you know who are you? So
Right.
yeah, women are attracted to money, but you gotta understand that she's not attracted to you. She's attracted to the
Mm-hmm.
money. And as long as you understand that, then it is what it is. I mean, you know, I don't believe. Well, I just put it like this: if you know you paying, you know you paying. Just
Right.
don't get lost in thinking she care about me. No, she care about your money. But if you already know that, then you know that, and it is what it is.
Right. And me, and like, okay, so when you was talking about like paying, right? You gotta look at what generation we in, because I feel like at the end of the day, a lot of dudes paying. It's all about time and money.
Okay.
And me, I feel like it's nothing wrong with a dude like if he make a little transaction versus you know what I'm saying versus y'all being in the long term and it don't work out. You get what I'm saying? So I just feel like it just to me, I just feel like it's time and money. Like I rather just pay in the hole, bro, just to go ahead and get it out the way. You
Okay.
know, versus me just going ahead and taking you on trips and all this other stuff and burning a hole in my pocket.
That
You know.
that is one aspect. That unfortunately relationships have become transactional.
Right.
And yeah, I understand that sometimes a date, some of these women are requiring that you spend $200-300 on a date. And
Right.
if you really just want to get your rocks off, then yeah, you can go, what I'm saying, online, hit that website and knock something down for 150 and get it
150.
done and over with. And I get it because a lot of people are saying today that dating is prostitution culture. Hit my
Right.
cash out, put some money in my pocket.
Right.
So I get it where a lot of dudes are saying, you know what, if I'm paying for it, I might as well pay for it and get what I want because, yeah, going on dates, 2, 3, 4 dates, you spending $100, $200, 150, and you not even getting no buns. After a while, you figure out this chick really don't like me.
Right. Right. Right.
And so I can see where, dudes are like, you know what, forget all that. I'm going to cut the middleman out and I'm going to go ahead and get straight to it. Because at the end of the day, I'm paying regardless. So I wouldn't recommend it, but I understand it.
I understand the concept of
I
it.
understand the concept for sure. That's how us as men are. We find a way. If one way don't work, we find what works for us. And honestly, bro, like if that's something that a fella want to do, then just do it. And
Right.
don't
Right.
worry
Right.
about what other people think, because it's your life and you gotta live it. A lot of dudes will worry about what the next man say or what this person say, but you just gotta understand, you came in this world by yourself, you're gonna leave by yourself. And
Right.
we ain't got time to really just be worried about what other people think, especially people that's just temporary.
Just live your life.
Live your life, playboy.
I'm just trying to understand, like, why we as men, like, okay, they say women be born with value, right? And
Okay.
we got to go in the world and find our own value. I'm trying to see why we have got to be financial situated to date somebody that's already that comes like pre-cracked. Like, to me, it don't make no sense. Like, it's like a lot of women predominantly, like, the B-dubs. It's like, you got to be 6 foot, you got to be 6 figures, and all this other stuff just to date you. Like, I just don't be understanding that sometimes, bro.
Well, I think one thing is, and my homeboys, I learned this from my homeboys, honestly, after I got divorced and I got back on the dating scene and I'm trying to maneuver around and women giving me a hard time. They told me something that I never heard before, and it's real simple. Like who like you.
Right.
And if you like who likes you, you ain't got to do all that. And it goes back to the first conversation. If you become the best you can be, the chicks that like you is going to be somewhat of a reflection of you. So, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to work hard to get her attention. You could take her to Starbucks. You could take her for a walk in the park. She just want to be around you. But now, women are born with a certain level of value. It is what it is. It's life. It's just life. They got that thing that wars are fought over. It's dudes in the grave over that thing they got. It is what it is. But as men, we do got to work to build ourselves up. But as we work to build ourselves up, and we start to learn our value in our work, then you also have to have standards. And the harder you work to build yourself up, the more standards you have. And this is the problem that a lot of women are having today. That once that man build himself up and build his standards up, he's saying, nah, I don't want you with 3-4 baby daddies. I don't want you to weigh more than me. No, I got standards. I got value. I'll build myself up, and I refuse to lower myself to be with you. And fam, there's nothing wrong with that. Because all they got to do is stay fit, friendly, and feminine. That's literally all they got to do. All that extra stuff that they do that because they want to, not because they have to. You know what I'm saying? Even the ugliest, biggest woman in the world, she got options. Whereas sometimes the biggest, ugliest dude in the world don't.
Right. And I feel like where I'm at, like, the 10s be looking straight, but it's like, I'd rather go ahead and settle for that average chick, because the one that's average, I feel like, to me, I feel like you said, you got to like the ones who like you, because the ones that like you, she going to do a little more for you versus you chasing that, that 9 or that dime. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Right, no. Like, I'm at that point in my life where it's like, you got to go where you celebrate and not tolerate it. You get what I'm saying? And I'm trying to watch my words, man, because I ain't trying to get blacklisted, but...
Yeah, no doubt.
I say, like, right. Because I think, like, the other side, like, for me, if you get what I'm saying, it's like, they celebrate me a little more better. They meet me before the finish line. They giving me conversations like, they talk back versus me, I got to chase you, and you know what I'm saying? You don't want to do the walk in the park or Starbucks and the coffee dates, and you want Ruth Chris, like, on the same night. Like, come on now.
Man, it just, when they come with that bull, say, dog,
right.
Hey, so as men, we're leaders. So therefore, and hey, just like that one Pop the Balloon where old girl broke that down, I'm about to play that video. She said, you know what? I want to go where you want me to go. You the leader, you tell me where we going. I want to fit into you. Huh?
Was that the new episode?
Yeah, that was a new episode of Pop the Balloon.
Yeah, I seen that. The one with the red dress, light-skinned chicken. Y'all seen that one?
Yeah.
She's looking for a leader.
See, I'm like, damn, let me find out she's trying to be some type of relationship female guru or something, because everything she said was right. And that's the thing. You ain't got to go above and beyond if she like you like that. Now, over time, that's your girl, Y'all done build a rapport. Now, hey baby, get dressed up. I'm gonna take you somewhere nice.
Right.
She gotta earn that. Everything in life that's worth something has to be earned or worked for.
Levels.
It's levels. So as a man, once you build yourself up, she gotta prove herself to you.
That's how I feel.
You know what I'm saying?
Once you get that certain status, that certain level, you know.
And now, every now and then, because we always have these dudes, they get on my nerves, to be honest with you. It's been cool their whole life. You know, they always been the pretty boy. They've been getting girls since they was in elementary school. Them dudes, you know, they like the top 1-2% of dudes. So they feel like, man, you just a lame, Man, women just falling in your lap. But that's not for everybody. Everybody don't have that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you just have to like just figure out like what you want. Everybody, that dude, the athlete, the top athlete, pretty boy dude, he ain't gotta work hard. He just like a bad bitch. To be honest, he ain't gotta work hard. That nigga could just go online, take his shirt off, flex his muscles in his inbox and be full of women. But that's been his whole life. But for the majority of us guys, including myself, not me. You know, but that's where we have to learn who we are.
Right.
You know, and it's go from there. And it takes time. And that's why men, a lot of times they say men mature later than women. A chick know by the time she's 14 or 15 that she a bad bitch.
Mm-hmm.
A dude might not really get to a high status till he 34, 35. You know what I'm saying? So it just, it just takes time, dog. And one thing I want to do is with doing these lives, and I'm gonna start doing more of them, is building let's see, Derrick Jackson women want what they want. Yeah. See, I'm on YouTube, but they texting in on YouTube. Even dudes like
see me too?
not on YouTube, just on Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, okay, for sure.
But like, so you look at a dude like Derrick Jackson. Right. Why do women follow him? For one, he handsome. He makes sure he posting videos and pictures with his shirt off, and he consistently, a lot of women. One thing too, if you consistently lie to women, tell them what they want to hear, and you got the look, your well is plentiful. I was just on Derrick Jackson Facebook page the other day. Mm-hmm. And even after he's cheated on his wife, because women always talk about cheating and abuse. That's what they always talk about. He still have at least 500,000-600,000 followers strong. And they say, who is better to tell women about cheating men and bad men than a man that does it? He couldn't do that if he was ugly. He couldn't do that if he was out of shape. But because he's a desirable looking man, he can get that shit off. Whereas, say, you know what I'm saying, you ever hear a woman say, man, my ex was an engineer, he was a great guy, he gave me the world. No, it's always they ex was a narcissist, he was abusive, he was a cheater. And you like, all your exes? Like them the only man? Yeah, like you don't never choose the good guy? Why is all your exes and all your baby daddies the bad guy?
They be going for physical appearance versus was in the inside all the half of the time, man. That's how I be seeing it.
So, but let me ask you this: do we do the same thing as men? Do we also go off of physical appearance when we look at women over what's inside?
We do, because you got to understand what else, right? A woman's strongest asset is her physical appearance. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing that's gonna get you in the door. That's gonna catch our attention. But you know, that personality got to go along with it as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah, that personality.
Right. Cause it's like me, for example, right? Boom, like I done been with some pretty little chicks, but she might be like, oh, I might don't want him because he look like he a little overweight, woo. But you ain't even get to know me. But soon you get to know me, then you be like, oh, he's a nice guy. Oh, he go to the gym 4-5 times a day. 4-5 times a week. Like, they don't look at stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you say, it's crazy. Like you said, we got to keep building our value up. Cause I know it would be crazy sometimes though.
So, but let me ask you this. So how about you go to the gym, right? Boom. It's a chick in the gym. She a little bit overweight. But hey, big girls be having pretty faces. I ain't gonna lie. It's a whole bunch of cute ass big girls.
And the best for JJ too.
Yeah. That's because that be that sweat build up. So you be thinking it's moisture, but it's really it's that sweat build up down there. So it kept
like a honey bun.
Yeah, like a honey bun. But say you meet Honey Bun, we're gonna call her Honey Bun. You meet Honey Bun in the gym. She a little bit overweight. She see you in there working out. You see her in there working out, and you shoot your shot at her, and y'all work out together, and y'all lose weight together, and y'all grow together, and y'all go through that journey together. And that way she'll appreciate your journey, and you'll appreciate hers, and those are free dates. While y'all in the gym working out together, those are free dates.
I do be saying that.
Yeah.
But speaking of the gym, let me ask you this. Oh, I wish some of these ladies was on here who be working out. All right, so I done seen, like, I go to the gym, for me, it's like therapy and all this other stuff. So let's say you see something fine in there, right?
Yeah.
So what you feel like the best way to approach that, that situation? Would you talk to her, would she leave the gym or between like her sets? Like, how would that go? Like, let's say, like my gym, right? I go to LA Fitness. I be seeing some sophisticated women in there, and I be like, damn, I be seeing the same girl like 2-3 times a week. But it's like, damn, I be wanting to say something, but man, I just be in my own zone. Like, how you feel like that? Like, as far as if somebody was shooting a shot at a woman who be in the gym, you know what I'm saying? Like how would you approach that situation, bro?
Like, man, I can't even hold you, dog. I'm still working on that my damn self, dog. I can't even hold you because they send mixed signals. They in the gym.
Right.
They in the gym with them tights on with that slit that go up their ass crack. That's in them shorts. And then they be having them crop tops on. So you in the gym like, damn. And they got the makeup on. They got the whole setup around them. And they looking fine as hell. And you like, damn, I want to holler.
Do you feel, hold on, let me pause you. Do you feel like they do that to get the workout or they do that for male validation? Because I feel like she wants some attention, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Some attention.
They want some attention. Unfortunately, these days, I don't know if they want it from men or women. A lot of these sisters are gay as hell. So they gay in the motherfucker. So you might think they doing it for male validation, but they like women. So but to answer your question, because it's something I'm still, I'll be in the gym and I'll be seeing some nice looking women.
Nice.
Man, I would say just pull up, next to them, and just keep it super simple. Just say hello. Hey, how you doing? Hey. And my deal is no matter where I'm at, if I see a nice looking woman, hey, how you doing? I'm doing fine. Shoot, so, how your day been? What's going on with you? Usually, in that first couple of seconds, if she give you a smile, She give you she's inviting.
Body language.
That body language go a long way. And man, I'm a fan of alpha male strategies. I don't know if you know who AMS is, but
Yeah.
he always talk about women giving choosing signals, and it goes back to if you build yourself up. Some chicks will flirt with you. They'll send you them choosing signals. You'll be out, and you'll just notice a woman checking you out.
Right.
I was out the other night, and this lady was sending some hard ass choosing signals, but I wasn't really feeling her like that. So every time she came by me, I just kind of walk somewhere, and then she'll come next to me. I'll go somewhere else. But I wasn't really feeling her like that.
Why you not feeling her though?
Man, she just looked too old. Look, man, I can't do the grannies. You know what I'm saying? I can't do the grannies for sure. Like, I can't do the grannies, and she was just a little bit too old for me. You know what I'm saying? She might could cook some greens and some neck bones and all that, but hey, I can't do the grannies like that. I'm sorry, grannies, I can't. And see, when you my age, they daughters are in my dating range. When a woman is like 50 plus, she probably got a daughter that's like 25, 26, 28, 27. Now,
what about Angela Bassett though? I know she like her 60, but like if she was around that green age, would you talk to her though?
Bro, that's Angela Bassett. Nigga, I'm hollering at Angela Bassett. I'm hollering at Nia Long. I'm hollering at hey now see the thing with Hollywood old black women, not like Vivica Fox and them comp, the hell with them. But when the Nia Longs, the Angela Bassett's, the women that
lady Ross, that light skinned one. It was a Diana Ross daughter, the light skinned lady that played on.
Oh, you talking about? Yeah, like
the bug eyes.
See, them the kind you don't want to like. So Tracy Ellis Ross, hell no. Nah. Yeah, I honestly never found Tracy Ellis Ross really attractive for real. I think it is the odds, and she loony. Like she just come across is real loony. But when you talk about the Angela Bassett's, the Nia Longs, and it's a couple of other ones that I grew up with on TV. They always had a certain level of class. You know what I'm saying? So, I grew up in an era where it's a small few amount of black women that in my age group, they was classy. You know what I'm saying? It was just some certain elegance about them that no matter how old they get, it just the mystique, their aura. I was talking the other day, bro. How many women have you ever heard of Denzel Washington fucking?
None.
None. What about Morris Chestnut?
None that I know of.
Bro, the crazy part is there's Denzel Washington, Morris Chestnut, Angela Bassett, Nia Long. Most of them people have only dealt with maybe one or two people that we know of. And they back from our era. Because they have a certain level of class, a certain amount of self-value and self-worth that they never wanted to, even if they was in the streets, they never put themselves out there like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times this is just about how you carry yourself, how you operate as a man, or how you operate as a woman. Today's day and age, these women, they want to carry themselves as men. They want to get just as many notches under their belt as a wild nigga. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of the older women, they 45 and up. I asked her, you got kids? Yeah, how many you got? 4. You ever been married? No. So what makes you marriage quality now? I mean, I've settled down. I've worked on myself. And what you think I tell them? Yep.
All of this, you want to mismanage your youth while you in your 20s, right? And then now you want to start looking for a good man after all these kids and after all these bodies and all this other stuff. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like that don't make no sense to me.
It's and like you said earlier, a woman, for the most part, most women are born with value, but they can mismanage it. And that's what they don't understand. Each kid you have, each body you collect, you're mismanaging the value that you was born with. All you know, just your body is your temple.
Right.
And the more you devalue yourself, the harder it is. So then, now they 40 years old. Well, yeah, I've had a past, but haven't everybody? Yeah, but the man is the one, and they hate it. They got to get down on one knee, ask you to marry him, and understand that in marriage, I'm saying I got to protect and provide for you no matter what.
Mm.
If something happened, I got to give my life to save yours. Because that's what marriage is. If she can't work, you got to take care of her. That's the value too. If somebody break in a house, you got to eat that bullet. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You don't have the luxury that a wife has of saying, I don't feel like it. As a husband, it ain't no, I don't feel like it. And that's when you got to be picky. No. How many niggas you done ran through? Especially if a chick is bad, that means she been running through niggas since she was 17, 18 years old. Shit. Hell no. So my boys say women compete with their daughters while men encourage and guide their sons. That's a fact. That's a fact. I'm gonna play this video. Let me see if this is what I want to hear right here. Hold on.
It's Soraya. So why do you still have your balloon unpopped?
I just wanted to hear what he had to say. I didn't want to come for you so hard, my man. I mean,
Appreciate
trying to give you a chance.
Appreciate that.
I understand. But
So is he someone that's your type? Okay.
and see, here's the thing. It's not about just look at you and be like, no.
Okay.
Because I've experienced people that evolve.
Mhm.
You grow into things, and that's a good thing.
Mhm.
Right? So that's why I'm just at least trying to hear where your mind is at.
Okay, sure.
And if it speaks the volumes of the appearance, then it's like, that's not going to change, right?
Right.
And he doesn't have any desire to change or evolve from that. So that's why I was trying to just at least hear you out, Yeah, I mean, people change their hair all the time. You change your clothes every day.
Right.
So try it.
Okay. Before we get into questions, is she someone that's your type?
Yeah, and I like her mindset, so she's a pretty cool person.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
I've been working on it.
Let's see it. So do you guys have any questions for one another then?
I guess I ain't her type though, she said, right? Mm-hmm.
Is that going to be a pop for you then? If she
I ain't popping.
If he's saying he's not my type, then that means he'll stay the same.
Oh.
No.
Because then what?
Like, so this chick right here, bro.
I like her. She was cooking.
I'm asking.
She was cooking. Like,
This
the
is
crazy
racist.
part is she was cooking the whole show. And
She said you could change the hair. My bad, bro. She said you could change the hair. You could change the clothes. Come on, man.
man,
That what got me right there.
and it's like I'm gonna have to look up her IG because you know what? I bet that chick right there finna do some things. Cause
I'm probably gonna clip that.
yeah, no, she was doing her thing. She got quite a few clips where she was shooting that knowledge. I wish I would have queued up some more clips of her, and I would have.
So you say the people on YouTube see you, but they don't see me. Only IG people see me.
Yeah, because I'm on my
So they can hear me talk though.
yeah, they can hear you talk
Oh,
because
for sure.
because it's going through this mic right here.
Gotcha. Yeah. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Maybe it was on Facebook Live too. I would have swung on there. I want to get the views up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My boy said she was fake.
Right.
I don't think so, man.
See, a lot of people think she was going for the views though, but to me, I feel like it was coming from the heart, man. Cause you have to understand with that show, and that's kind of why I kind of stopped clipping it a little bit. It's like you got women like, okay, the dude got a good head on his shoulder, but you won't talk to him because of how he dressed, or he might got his clothes ain't creased up. Like, baby, we can change clothes. I can change my hair. Is you gonna mess with me for me? Like that's where we at right now.
Yeah.
It just be crazy. Y'all be popping. They pop these balloons for the wrong reasons, you know.
Man, but sometimes it's like
Missing your blessing.
so the only thing about that, I just give a little pushback, is you know this is finna be streamed to where, especially Arlett's pop the balloon.
Hold on, I'm listening.
At least 1 million people gonna see that. It's gonna get at least 1 million views. You know what I'm saying? And you supposed to dress to impress. Also, you dressing to where, you know, you want to attract somebody. And so you can't, I mean, unless that's just how you dress on a day-to-day basis, and you just want to check to see how you just normally dress on a day-to-day, you supposed to be dressed to impress. So you got to think about it. You won't pop the balloon and line up, and the chick come out there in some flip-flops and a bonnet on. She ain't, her nails ain't done. She ashy. Even though she probably can clean up well, you're gonna be like, why did you even come out? Why did you come out here looking like that? You know what I'm saying? So that's why sometimes when they look at the clothes, you know what I'm saying, they be tripping on the clothes, because you are, you know what I'm saying, supposed to dress to impress. You know, the one I was recently on, where the chicks was dressed like grannies. And I'm like,
talked about that.
like, how y'all dress like somebody grandma? Like, damn, put on something that would you know what I'm saying, that would make you.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's bring out our next single guy.
Okay, that ain't it. But you know, man, it just, as fellas, dog, we just gotta make sure we do the work on ourselves. And a lot of times, what I would say is, don't even worry about women. Just worry about you and becoming the best you can be. And the women will come. You know, a wise man once said, you won't go broke chasing success, chasing money, but you will go broke chasing women.
How long you finna be on the show, bro? Because I'm gonna probably spam back.
Okay, I'm gonna be on for a while. I'm gonna play some more video, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna tap in with you, man. I appreciate you, bro. And that gave me a lot of good advice, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. I'll be on for a little bit.
That Dior hard, now.
That who?
That Dior hard. We'll chop it up.
All right, bet that. Hey, I get the drip. You know what I'm saying? I get the little drip. You know. Hell yeah.
We'll chop it.
All right, bet that. Let's see what my boy said. You said they most men don't have swag. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of dudes don't have swag. And that's okay. Like, you don't have to have swag, but you do gotta have a certain level of confidence. And I think, you know, that's something that comes over time too. If you never been that dude, then it might take a while for you to really build up your confidence and build up, you know, your self-worth and self-pride. You know, and a lot of times that come with accomplishments. Oh, yeah, they didn't. Yeah. You know, and a lot of times the more accomplishments the you achieve, the better you feel about yourself, then your swag will, you know what I'm saying, your swag will pick up, you know. And hey, look, you gotta go where you appreciate it. You gotta go where you celebrate it, not tolerate it. And it is what it is. If the women that you want don't want you, then find out where the women that want you at. Because a lot of brothers, you ain't gonna get no taller. You can get more money. If you don't mind going the Kevin Hart route, where he a midget but he rich, so he can get a baddie. But deep down inside, if he didn't have that money, he wouldn't have that baddie. But it's okay. He figured that out and he went for it. So it's like either you gonna like who like you gonna work on yourself, or you're just gonna have to get enough paper to really pay for the woman that you want. It's kind of how it is, and the dudes that do that, they understand. It's just a part of the game. Okay, what's this right here? Confidence for some men come later in life. Yes, because you got to get. Hey, you got to get it. I'm right now. I'm in the middle of watching this Puff Daddy documentary, and the more and more I'm watching this Puff Daddy documentary, I think, man, Puff Daddy let his power get to his head. When you, like me, I grew up a nerd. I'm not ashamed to say I was a nerd the majority of my life. I wasn't the best looking guy. I ain't get no girls in high school like that. Shoot, I didn't have no power, no fame, no notoriety. I wasn't that dude that other dudes looked up to. I guess I would have been considered a lame. And that's cool. I don't mind owning it. So when people say, man, you probably was a lame in school, yeah, I guess I was. But the thing is, when I look at it now, I've made some good decisions. I got to say more good decisions than bad. And I see how my life has turned out. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I've done decent for myself. But I'm watching this Puffy documentary. Just because you get a little fame, you get a little power, you get a little notoriety, you cool, that don't mean you start mistreating people. That don't mean you start, having a damn near God complex like everybody is beneath you, treating the people bad that was there with you when you was on your way up. And that's the only deal is, as men, when we do become the best versions of ourselves and we do start to come into our own, that we don't start to abuse and misuse people. And a lot of times I know where that comes from. It comes from you being misused and abused when you wasn't up. So sometimes you want to get revenge. You want to give the people the same shit that they gave you. But that ain't the way to go. Once you get in your position, you still want to be modest. I don't like using the word humble, because the definition of humble is to lower one's self-value or self-worth. So I don't tell nobody to be humble. But you ain't got to mistreat, abuse. Even like you take a chick out on a date. You ever go out on a date with a woman and she talk to the waist off crazy? Man, that's like one of the biggest turnoffs. Is being with somebody that treat the wait staff crazy, the help crazy, and how you treat others, you know, it also is a representation of you. You know what I'm saying? And we just got to be aware. Once you up, shit, I might not be on here much longer. Damn, I'm getting tired. You know, once you up, you know, don't mistreat people. Don't mistreat people. Let me read this next comment. Now, here's the way they show it big. Men who have money and used to paying for quality, their clothes, cars, homes, and women. Everything comes at a cost, especially women. The cost of peace for a man should always be the goal. Just my opinion. Yep. Oh, there. Okay. Your peace should be number one. Not a piece, but your peace should be number one. Your peace of mind. You know, ain't no way I'm gonna have anybody around me that's gonna disturb my peace. You know, we need to be able to have a good time, enjoy each other, have fun with each other, laugh, relax, enjoy each other. Because if we're not doing that, then why are you here? Let me pull up. Is one more. Damn, let me see. It was a video I saw, and the dude was talking about okay, cool. You see me on YouTube. With the type of women a man, if you want to get a good woman, a woman that's gonna be there, the type of woman you should get. Let me see if I can't pull this up. Let me see if I can't find this. If I can't find this quote. Let me see if this shoot. Because Paul Pierce be cooking. Paul Pierce be cooking like a mud. Let me see if I can't find this one. Well, let me play this one here.
Because I like my peace, first of all.
What if a woman brings you that?
There's no such thing as that.
You don't think there's no such thing as a woman bringing
There's
man
no
peace?
such thing as somebody living with you on a day-to-day basis is bringing peace. It's always going to be something because you're going to have a bad day where I'll have a good day, and that's not going to be peaceful for me. I'm going to come home like, damn, babe, I got a good... Something going to happen to where you go hijack my emotions. So that's not peaceful. You feel me? Peace is peace. And peace is me by myself. I come home, I watch TV, I make my own food, I go to bed, I work out, I wake up at 5:30, I roll over in the bed, I lean this way, I fart, whatever I do, whatever. In my bed, that's peace. I'm cool, I can let loud, snore, whatever. I ain't got to complain about nothing.
Yeah,
Because I like my peace first.
Hey, ain't nothing like that peace of mind. But you know, it's like sometimes you might have to go overseas to you know, get that peace. You know, where that woman studies you, and when she studies you, she understands that, you know, when you in the kitchen or when you in your man cave watching sports, when you in your man cave relaxing, that's just your time. You know what I'm saying? And she understands. Okay. You know, but hold on. Let me see if I can't find this clip right quick. Hold on.
Just was not feeling her none ever.
Not at the beginning.
He said he was never in love with his wife. Men are going to come 90.
Get with her and that's it. It ain't no, this ain't long term. He already know it ain't long term. If he like 26, 28,
Like, I don't like that. Not now, but I've definitely felt that before. Like,
Why not now?
What do you mean?
I mean, you probably feel like that, like being an older lady, like, you know, you just dealing with dating guys, you like, no, it ain't gonna be no long term, nothing coming from it.
Oh, well, I haven't.
Because time is running out for you. So
time
you
is not going nowhere for me. I'm good. So I'm the one who, I'm not go off of societal, what time something has to be. A lot of people, they met those marks by me. Oh, I'm going to marry someone. I'm going to do it. And they're miserable and they're divorced and they're unhappy and they don't have a strong relationship. I don't care about what society is putting time on. You're not going to rule my life. What kind of person am I to let anybody rule what time I'm doing anything? Are you paid? Like, when Kesha G was on our podcast, you see,
said that.
And every comment on our thing is like, you're not. Okay. So what is your assessment? What do you think? What do you think I need? That's my therapist. Me, I want to have, my fantasy is to not have to struggle for love. Like, I feel Kid robe on.
No, this ain't the one. Man, that ain't the one I'm looking for. But, you know, women hate that fight that they have with Tom. But hey, that's on them. I'm gonna play another video.
There are no excuses. And that's what I mean. If you're living behind, even if you cannot quantify it, there is something that comes along. But I use the money thing because you can immediately see, this is where I am. Let's say you're 30 years old and you're not making 45. Let's say you're 30 years old and you're making $30,000. That means you need to get up in the morning and start living life with a sense of urgency. You need to start running your life like you are losing, because you are. Running, you cannot walk. You cannot even speak well. You need to start running. And understand something. The first thing is you need to be working 60 plus hours a week. Let me say it again. If you're behind, you cannot just work 60 hours a week. You need to be working closer to 80. Yeah. That's right. That's right, dude. You need to lose some goddamn sleep and get out there and bust 2 full-time jobs to get your money up. Because until you get your money up, you cannot lead an adult male life. Not a happy one. You can live a ratchet one. You can date some lower caliber females, 2s, 3s, and 4s. You're going to have a life of ratchets and fast food. And honestly, good dudes, it is going to be impossible for you to do what you need to do to catch up. Because we talk about self-improvement. Here's where the rubber meets the road. You cannot hire a personal trainer, nutritionist, life coach, image consultant, any of these things because you don't make enough money. If you can barely pay your bills, you need another source of income. Hammer this, but this is what you got to do. You got to start working. I already said, if you're 40 and under, single, no kids, and you're not working 60 hours plus a week, you're lazy. But if you're behind financially, you need to be working closer to 80. Yeah, that's 16-hour days. That means all you do is sleep and work, sleep and work, sleep and work. And let me tell you what this means. You need to go into overdrive. 0 excuses. No women. No dating. No pussy chasing. No none of that. Put yourself in jail for at least a year to get your mind right. What the fuck are you out here at the bar having a beer looking at a football game? Dude, you broke. You're only in these rooms and stuff and you're living a lie. That's why a lot of guys are depressed. So what you do is you kick life in overdrive and take the money, the additional money you make, and you need to double down on self-improvement. That means if you've been able to get by on your one job, the next job, you need to go get Get a psyche eval, find out what's holding you back, get a life coach. If you're out of shape, overweight, or something, get a personal trainer. Take your second job and use it to start improving your life. Because when you start looking and liking who you see, you'll do better. Any CIA man who's on his purpose and know your pockets is on show. When we talk about, yeah, man, we're gonna go over to the spot, and then we're gonna go have a couple of drinks, and you know you ain't got nothing but $20 in your pocket. And we say, okay, this round is on me, and you know you cannot buy a round. So if you've had to live a life of going to the bathroom and around the drinks and bar, or even worse, you're not around people like that. It's always, I buy my stuff, you buy your stuff. Dude, you're dying on the inside every day because you don't go nowhere and do nothing because you know you don't want nobody to find out that you've been living below. That's real talk. You feel bad. So it's like, I'm gonna just go to work and go home. But see, what you're doing is beating yourself up. What you're doing is you're living life in jail. It's better to say, you know what? I'm gonna go out and work. Because at least you'll get the sense of satisfaction of going to bed exhausted, but your money is coming in. Then you go into life overdrive. Overdrive on the self-improvement. Zero excuses. No women. Zero. And then the highest levels of accountability.